Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because what just happened behind the scenes in the NFL, especially in the NFC West and NFC East, is nothing short of a game changer. It's rare that a trade like this comes out of nowhere and has such a profound impact on the power dynamics of a division. And in this case, it's the NFC East, a division known for its grit, its unpredictability, and its fierce competition. So what's the scoop? Well, the San Francisco 49ers, currently sitting at a very impressive 4-1 record, are making a bold move that could shake up the entire conference. And the target? Their secondary, which has been a bit vulnerable lately, especially after some injuries and inconsistent performances. Let's set the scene. The 49ers, led by their star quarterback Brock Purdy, have been riding high, but their secondary has had its struggles. They lost Anthony Johnson Jr. to injury, and Tyler Nubin is battling an ankle tweak, which leaves them a little thin in the defensive backfield. Now, to address this, the 49ers decided to send Charvarius Ward, a Pro Bowl cornerback and one of their most reliable defenders, to the New York Giants in exchange for a conditional 4th-round pick in 2026, with some upgrades if Ward hits certain thresholds like interceptions. This move isn't just about adding another player, it's about transforming their entire defensive approach, especially their pass defense, which has allowed an average of 256 passing yards per game this season, ranking 29th in the league. That's a huge vulnerability in today's NFL, where passing games are king. Charvarius Ward, undrafted out of college in 2018 and originally with the Kansas City Chiefs, has been an elite shutdown corner since he arrived in San Francisco in 2022. His stats in 2025 are eye-popping. Up to September 15th, he's recorded 4 interceptions, 13 pass breakups, and boasts a PFF coverage grade of 91.2, which is outstanding. His ability to limit completions, just 39%, and his yards allowed per target at only 4.5 yards, make him a nightmare for opposing offenses. He's also a tackling force with 28 tackles, and he's forced 4 fumbles. His versatility is another huge asset, being able to cover both slot and outside receivers, with a high success rate on press coverage, around 80%. He's 6'1", with a 4.49 second 40-yard dash, and his contested catch denial skills are top tier. Think of him as an invisible wall, similar in impact to Jalen Ramsey in coverage, a maestro who can erase the best receivers from the game. But why would the 49ers trade such a valuable player? Well, cap space is a key factor. They're tight on salary cap, with only about $24 million remaining, and they're looking to extend some of their other stars, like Deebo Samuel and Brock Purdy. Plus, after their Super Bowl loss last season, there's a clear focus on bolstering the roster with youth and cost-effective talent. They're also trying to address some gaps in their defensive front and secondary, especially with Nick Bosa coming back from an ACL tear and the team wanting to keep the defense as one of the league's best. Now, entering the Giants side of things, this trade is a huge boost for their secondary, which has struggled mightily in 2025. They are currently ranked 30th in pass defense, allowing 69% completion rates and over 256 passing yards per game, which is a recipe for disaster in today's NFL. Adding Charvarius Ward, with his elite coverage skills, is a game changer. His presence alone can translate into a projected increase of about 5 interceptions over the season, a reduction of passing yards allowed by roughly 15%, and overall, a significant improvement in their pass defense efficiency. It's no exaggeration to say that Ward's addition could elevate the Giants' defense from one of the worst to a much more formidable unit, especially in the secondary where they've been exposed time and again. This move also has a ripple effect on the Giants' overall team performance. Their offense, which has been ranked around 26th in points scored, averaging just 18 points per game, could benefit from better field position thanks to turnovers created by the improved pass defense. Jackson Dart, the Giants' quarterback, has been under pressure quite often. He's thrown 5 interceptions in 2025. But with Ward locking down one side of the field, the defense can focus more on generating pressure and forcing turnovers. This, in turn, could help the Giants sustain drives longer, reduce their turnovers, and finally put together the consistent offensive performances they've been missing. Looking deeper into the numbers, the projections are promising. With Ward in the lineup, the Giants could see a decrease in touchdowns allowed from pass plays, and their opponents might face more difficulty completing passes in tight coverage. This isn't just about one player, it's about the strategic shift that the Giants' coaching staff can now implement. Shane Bowen, the defensive coordinator, can shift to a more aggressive, man-heavy scheme that takes advantage of Ward's elite man coverage skills. And considering the Giants' struggles in the red zone and their inability to generate consistent pass rush, currently averaging only about 2.5 sacks per game, this upgrade at cornerback gives them hope for more disruptive plays, more turnovers, and a better chance to control the game. Now, let's talk a little about the broader implications. The NFC East is already one of the most competitive divisions in football, with the Dallas Cowboys and Philadelphia Eagles fighting tooth and nail for supremacy. But with the Giants making this move, they're signaling that they're not just here to compete, they're here to contend. A strong secondary is often the backbone of a playoff push, especially in cold-weather playoff games where coverage can decide the outcome. Ward's ability to neutralize top receivers like A.J. Brown, who's been torching defenses with over 148 yards per game this season, is a strategic boost that could really tip the scales in favor of Big Blue. And looking even further ahead, the odds of the Giants making a deep playoff run have just improved significantly. The Super Bowl odds, which were initially around plus 15-0, have now shortened to plus 6-500, a clear indication that Vegas sees this trade as a move that could elevate the Giants into serious playoff contention. Ward's presence on the field is projected to be an X-factor in cold playoff conditions, where coverage and disciplined defense are often the key to victory. Similar to how elite cornerbacks like Sauce Gardner have impacted the Jets, secondary, Ward's addition could be the missing piece for the Giants to finally turn their season around and make a strong postseason push. Now, it's worth noting the strategic nuance here. The 49ers are not just trading away a talented defender, they are resetting their youth movement, focusing on building a roster that can sustain success over the long term. Their cap relief of about $8 million, coupled with extensions for key players like Deebo Samuel and Brock Purdy, shows they're planning for the future. Meanwhile, the Giants are grabbing a player who fits perfectly with their scheme, especially with the injuries in their wide receiver core that have left Darius Slayton out for 3 weeks with a hamstring injury and Neighbors stepping in as a reserve. This trade helps them cover some of those gaps and bolsters their pass defense, which desperately needs it. The impact of this move is not just immediate but also strategic. It transforms the Giants' secondary from a weak link into a potential strength, reminiscent of the days when their defense was a dominant force. With Ward on the field, the Giants can project a decrease of about 15% in yards per pass attempt, an increase of about 5 interceptions over the course of the season, and a general boost to their defensive EPA expected points added, which is crucial for winning close games. The comparison to the Patriots' strong defensive years in 2014, where their defense's efficiency jumped significantly after similar moves, is apt here. The Giants could finally turn their defensive struggles into a strength that propels them toward the playoffs and beyond. Furthermore, this trade has the potential to shake up the NFC playoff picture. With the Cowboys and Eagles fighting hard for the division crown, the Giants, with their improved secondary, could be a dark horse, especially in scenarios where their defense can stifle high-powered offenses like Philadelphia's, or even the pass-happy offenses of teams like the Eagles, who are averaging over 244 passing yards per game in 2025. The addition of Ward not only boosts their ability to contain top receivers, but also improves their chances of forcing turnovers, which are often the deciding factor in playoff games. So, as we look at the big picture, this is more than just a trade. It's a statement from the Giants organization that they're committed to building a resilient, aggressive, and competitive team. It's an acknowledgement that the defense, especially the secondary, will be a cornerstone of their strategy moving forward. And for fans, it's a sign that the season might be turning around, that the Big Blue might be back to their defensive roots, and that hope is alive in MetLife Stadium. The road to another Super Bowl might be long, but with moves like this, the Giants are definitely making bold steps toward that elusive goal. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the New York Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news.